And welcome back to the show. It's the end of summer. We have an end of summer sale going on now at Adapt-2-It.
Yes.
Here to tell us more and all about that, we welcome Leslie Gabola.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's always great to be here.
Yes, can you believe it is
the end of summer?
Wow, that went blazing fast.
It was blazing hot.
Still is. We got some higher temperatures coming this weekend. So.
Exactly.
But tell us a little bit about your end of summer sale. I believe it's going through October?
Through October,
end of October?
So we decided just to have a great big sale, kind of blow out all of our things that we have, some of our more common items in this summer. People are out and about more in the summer sometimes, so traveling, so scooters and our rollators and our wheelchairs, kind of things to get you up and about. And then we also have our lift chairs.
Okay.
So we have varying amounts, so $10 off, 50 or more, 20 off, 100 or more, or $250 off any scooter or lift chair.
So incrementally increases by the amount that you spend, of course.
Exactly.
So tell us a little bit about the lift chair. How is it assisting additional mobility when you're in the home?
So there are a couple things with the lift chairs. They become an integral part of your home when you get them. A lot of people think that getting out of the chair is good exercise. But what happens
because of the pushing?
Because of the pushing and the leg and everything. But what happens a lot of times is people already have like a chair that rocks in their home, like a lazy boy or something like that.
Of course.
And what happens with these is that you have to have momentum. And getting up from a flat chair, especially if you've got weak legs, and that's usually the issue with people having trouble getting up, you have to do kind of a 1, 2,
get some
3,
momentum.
Launch yourself out of the chair. But the problem with that is you've got momentum going forward, and that can cause a fall.
Of course.
And so you just kind of keep going forward, and maybe you don't have the strength to reposition your legs in time to catch your fall, and that's how falls happen.
Okay.
So technically what I say is getting out of a chair is not for exercise. It's a functional activity, being able to get out of a chair, because we do it all day. So what you want to do is save your exercise for exercise. And exercise can be walking around the house 5 times a day. It can be taking a walk down the block. It can be standing, in place and marching. Whatever you're able to do, that's exercise.
Right.
And exercise is cumulative too. So if you can only do 5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, and 5 minutes here, that's 15 minutes of exercise. And so if you build on that through the day, that's going to make you stronger.
Right.
But what our lift chairs do is they help you up. So they tilt you up gradually, so your body has a chance to accommodate to the lift and to the position change. And then it gets you to a point where you don't have to struggle. You don't have to launch. You don't have to worry about landing. You don't have to worry about all those things with the regular chairs. And the other thing they do, these chairs have gotten pretty, I'll call them intelligent, because you can get one that's very simple, that has one motor that tilts back so the head and the feet tilt at the same time, or go back and up the same time.
Okay.
Or you can get one that has as many as 5 motors. And the 5-motor one, it tilts the
That's
head.
A Mac Daddy.
It is. They're huge. Separate. The head is separate from the feet. Then they have motors in the neck, so you can adjust the neck. A lumbar pillow, you can adjust that.
Okay.
And then a lot of them tilt, so the whole entire chair, because recline is different than tilt. With recline, only your back is going back. With tilt, your whole body moves as one.
Okay.
So it helps digestion, respiration, eye contact, joint pain, everything. It's really beneficial.
Okay.
And the higher end chairs even have a therapeutic heat to them.
Do they?
And it's not only heat that just feels warm, but it's an infrared heat that kind of goes down inside in your bones.
I was just going to ask if it was infrared.
To help heal that.
Yeah.
And everybody knows the benefit of infrared,
course.
right?
If not, we'll have another discussion
Right.
based on that, because there's so many important factors.
Exactly. I'll bring a chair and you can sit down, you can feel it.
I would love it.
So we have that, and they come in multitude of colors and styles. So you can really match it to your size.
Can you
first of
custom
all.
make them? Can they be custom made?
You can.
Okay.
They take a little longer.
Okay.
But you can actually bring in your own fabric. And I've done that a
Wonderful.
couple times.
Wonderful.
They tell you, you send the fabric back to them. They tell you if you can, if they can do that chair
Sure.
in that fabric.
Sure.
And then they tell you how much, you send it back, and then they send you back your custom chair.
That's great. So is the manufacturer local, or are they?
No, they're in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
our
So
main
just
one
get
is in
shipped.
Pennsylvania. It's a 150-year-old company. Great story, family business. The great-great-grandson still owns it.
Oh my goodness.
I know him, and it's just a great company.
So Leslie, how can you tell when it's time for somebody to start using a cane?
Well, it's really easy because they start doing this, walking, holding on to things, or dragging their hand along the wall or on furniture. They're looking for stability.
Stability.
And it's just they might feel a little bit woozy or a little bit weak. And what a cane does, it just kind of picks up the slack for somebody that's either had maybe a hip replacement
Okay.
or a knee, or is just feeling generally weak. Maybe they've got some back pain, or there's something going on with their foot.
Okay.
So we have a variety of canes because often it's the first thing that somebody uses. And we have carbon, which is really strong and lightweight. We have wood, and we have aluminum. The aluminum ones are the most common, but the wood ones are really pretty. So if you want something decorative, if you want something really pretty, we have the wood ones. Well, the aluminum ones can be pretty too.
Yeah.
But it just depends. I usually ask what people's favorite color is when they first come in for a cane. Because if you're going to use something, it might as well be your favorite color, right? It might as well make you feel good to use.
Exactly.
And that was my philosophy when I got started, kind of tangentially, when I got started with Adapt-2-It, was I wanted to make things look nice because nobody likes those metal gray walkers and canes from the hospital.
They feel so sterile, right?
They do.
Yeah,
They do. They don't
not
have any
personable.
Right. No personality.
Right.
So I kind of changed that. And canes are one of my things
That's a
that I
great
have a
idea.
lot of.
Yeah.
And where I can, I do put color in the store. So it's really important. So a cane, a lot of times, is used incorrectly. A lot of people
Is that
think
right?
that a cane is supposed to be used on the bad side, so the weak side,
Okay.
because it kind of takes the place of your leg.
Sure.
But in reality, it's supposed to be used on the strong side, because what happens when we walk, our opposite arm comes forward the same time as our opposite leg.
Okay.
So you're using your strong side to support your weak side. And then the height is really important. So everything in our store, well, canes mostly, can be cut for their size.
Cut and fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then everybody's hand is different, so we have different grips. So
Okay.
we have a palm grip and a regular like hook cane, like
Sure.
looks like a question mark. That's a weight-bearing cane, and some different textures because people feel things differently.
Sure. And different bases also, right?
Exactly. Exactly. We've got single point, and then the quad base, and then we've got a base you can add to the cane
Oh,
of
okay.
your choice.
Okay. So when is it indicated to change from the cane to a walker?
Well, the dragging your arm along the wall or the furniture becomes holding on. So you're needing more stability, you're needing more
Right.
balance.
Okay.
It's less about stability, more about balance.
I see.
And so on a walker, it can be a rollator, which is the one with the 4 wheels and a seat and a brakes.
Okay.
Or just the regular walker with
that you push.
right,
Right.
the 2 wheels in the front and the skis in the back.
I see.
And either one. Sometimes the one with the 4 wheels goes too fast for people, and it can kind of get away from them. So sometimes when you're first starting out, just a basic walker is enough, and then kind of move into the one with the seat.
Sure, okay. So tell us, what is the difference between a scooter and a power chair?
A scooter is what's on the screen, and it has the tiller, so you hold on to it with both hands, and you steer it like this.
I see.
So, and then you use your thumbs to move it back and forth.
Okay.
So, and it steers and turns, and then to stop, you take your hands off of the levers, and it stops.
And it just stops.
It has electromagnetic brakes.
Okay.
And then the power chair is the one that has a joystick, so you use it with one hand. And
so it's on like the armrest?
On the armrest, yeah. It extends out of the armrest. And we adjust it to make sure it's comfortable. And then they either could be right-handed or left-handed, so whatever preference you have. Sure. And then we do, in some cases, replace the little knob that you can turn with different grips. So we can do a flat one for somebody that doesn't have the ability to bend. We can do a ball, a bigger one for somebody that doesn't have the dexterity to hold on to something smaller. And there are several other ones that we can do as well. So we can adapt to it. We're good at that.
Very appropriate name. Very appropriate name. So tell us what types of specials. We touched on it a little bit, but let's go in a little more depth in case somebody is looking for any type of additional stability or mobility.
Yes. And we, these are what we put out in the world, and we honor that. But, people always ask us for discounts. Laguna Woods Village, we give free delivery. And we usually give people of Laguna Woods Village a kind of a blanket 10% off anyway, just because we appreciate being here and we appreciate their business.
Of course.
So,
and then did I see on your flyer that clients can come in and they can test drive some of these items?
Absolutely. We are a test drive center from Nova, which is one of our dealers. And we became the first one about 3 months ago in the country of our test drive center. And what that means is you can come in, have a free test drive of walkers, rollators, mobility equipment, whatever you like. And then just to try them out, see what you like, see what fits. A lot of times people will come in pre-buy, if that makes sense. So they'll come in, they'll look around, they'll test it. They'll kind of put it in their brain that they want it.
Right.
And go home, think about it, and then come back and get it.
Absolutely.
Because it's a big step. Everybody wants to be upright without equipment, so getting something is a big step.
And it could be a case where they come in for one thing, but maybe you see that actually something else would be more beneficial for them.
Exactly, and that happens all the time.
Does it?
I'm not shy about telling somebody that doesn't work for you.
Sure.
You should do this or try this, or we do a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Which is really important.
Well, I'm sure clients appreciate that very much because it might have not been something that they thought about.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So, folks, Leslie, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you coming. Folks, head on over to Adapt-2-It. Meet Leslie at the corner of El Toro and Paseo de Valencia to find everything that you might need for your mobility. You're watching This Day on Village Television.